What, you may ask, are you doing? Fat man. Not so fat anymore, I lost 30 pounds. But what we were doing, Jess did a beautiful job on building these last winter. And I didn't have thick enough plate, so we tried that like 3/16, and it wasn't quite enough. It stresses them and was bending them. So we're just putting some gussets in there. This is the welder extraordinaire. So we're just stiffening them up. Stacked them full of logs, and it was bending them. You can see the plate's a little tweaked, but everything still works. So, oh, my dozer spit a roller. I gotta get a whole bottom on. I don't have the money. So we're piecemeal it back together and get a roller. Yeah, my chains are whooped. The rollers are beat. The sprockets are rounding off. I gotta get a bottom. Anybody know where there's a good used bottom for one of them? I'd be interested. Well, whatever. Well, I got a roller. My cover come off of that. I gotta weld some nuts on the back of it to hold the bolts. That's the old. That's the idler off the timberjack. Been sitting around. I'll load it up, take it home for scrap. I gotta do some scrap when I get home, clean up the garage. Busy. I trust the old Hobart. That's been a good welder. That's just like the other one that I got ripped off. Scumbags. So anyway, I got these plates prepped over here. Cut these and ground them, so they're gonna fit in here like so. And Jess can do his magical magic. Then I gotta load up the saw deck. I gotta load up the track chains are back here. Might not need them on that next job till severe weather. It's pretty flat. And I had a couple broken lights on the light bar. It's a magnetic light bar. I gotta fix that, wire that up, make sure all the lights work on this sucker. We're going quite a ways with it. So going up by Nicktown, which is a lot closer to home. It's about 60 miles from home, so I'll be home every night. That'll be nice. Sick of living in a motel. I like it down here. It's beautiful down here, but man, one of the problems is the low grade markets are so far from here, and they buy this stuff 16-inch stump, you know, and I mean, you know, there's piles of scrag and pulp, but you can't afford to truck it out of here. And they only want to give me $22 or $24 a ton for it. You know, if I'm cutting good logs at $215 a thousand and get 4,000 foot on, I can get, you know, $850, $900 a load for logs. You end up doing this scroungy pulp and, you know, scrag wood for $24 a ton. That's $300 difference. I can't afford to do that stuff. Climb around on a cliff. You know, this job, you can't even see the top from here, but from this road over here, I don't know if you can, my finger will fall. There's a road that runs right along the property line and up clear around the mountain. And from that road, if you went up in a straight line and across to the center of the property, now that's on a topo. It's 300 yards to the ridge back up there. There's a ridge back that goes across the top. And then it drops down the other side. It's not quite as steep, but so we'd have to pull the wood all up over that and then come down here. So anyway, I got the face of this about done. But there's 300 feet elevation. I'm sorry, 300 yards, and it's a 600 foot elevation difference. So that's like a 50 degree pitch up through there, which again, if you're just cutting nice logs, you can make some production. But geez, oh man, I can't chase pulpwood on this thing. It's just stupid. And then we got this mess. You know, I got my bridge in and everything, and then, you know, work here 2 weeks, and the guy comes over and says, "Hey, we're putting a pipeline right up through here." So great. So then it's just, you know, what do I do? I don't know. I'm not upset with the pipeline guys. They got to do their job. But there's the offset stake right there. So you can see I had my logs piled all along the creek, and their stakes, their center lines right there on that little yellow ribbon. And I think they're going to cut that sycamore. I'll take that for logs if it ain't rotten. But anyway, they said they'll cut it up and throw it on the pile for me. So good. Anyway, but their pipeline goes, the water line's going to go right up through here, and then it goes up here, I don't know, 200 or 300 yards, probably 300, 400 yards, and then it turns, goes left, and it goes right up across both of my main skid roads. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Pound sand, I guess. So I'm getting the hell out of here. It's crazy. And winter's going to be coming on. I don't really want to be down here in the winter. So yeah, my crappy bottom, I busted up my rock guards. I got to press all them straight, get a bottom on it, fix them, and whatever. The one side busted up bad. My own fault for letting the bottom go so long, but what do you do when you got no dough? You know, you just got to live with it, man. Do your best. Shit never ends. Oh, hopefully, I don't know. I don't think anything's going to get better until they get rid of that Biden fool. I just don't. The old trusty 210, this has been a good machine. I've had this thing for probably 15 years. I like it. It's paid for, it still runs good. It's easy to fix. I got that decent 2054 John Deere shovel, but nobody seems interested in it. I'd like to run it, but it's, you know, it's hard to move, and I don't know. I think I'm gonna we get a chance being home, I'm gonna back Kimmy in the garage, and we're gonna see. A buddy of mine told me he'll come down and scan it. He's got the Hyundai scan tool. He thinks it's a bad injector that's making it run like crap right now. So if I can get away with fixing that, and I'm gonna hang a grapple on it. Hopefully, I got that pierced with the grapple saw, the 404. I mean, it does work. I hang that on it. And I'd like to use it in a landing, you know. I got a couple gas well, 4 gas well locations to look at up home. And, it's right about 10 miles from the house. A buddy of mine called me. He does excavating. He called me to see if I wanted to do them. And, I took this other job on, so I got a mainstay on that. But 2-acre job I could do, you know, on a weekend or something. Go in, clear the 2 acres, just cut it by hand. He got a mulcher and mulched all under the trees, so just cut it by hand. If I had Kimmy with a grapple, you know, could bunch them and skid them with the 460, and I'd still have all this stuff on the other job. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'll keep you informed with my lovely, terrible videos. But anyway, well, I'll let you guys go. I thought that might be something different. I don't know. Fix it. Might as well fix while we're waiting on trucks, right? So I can't even skid no more up there. They got their right of ways all cut in up there, and it's all blocking the trails. And it's, I'm not gonna piss with it. I'm done. How do you like that bridge? The old guy who owns the property here put that in years ago. They used to run their farm tractors across it. It's actually pretty stout. I don't know if I trust it. I looked at that when I came here. I don't think I want to put a truck across that. There's no room to skid out here and do anything, so I don't know. I thought, I don't think I want to trust that backing a truck across it. That'd be a hell of a thing to dump a truck in a creek, you know. So that's why we did what we did. No room here. All right, ta-ta, y'all.